Why, hello there. It's the Archivist from TradingCardArchives.com, and today I'm here for what's going to be kind of a different and probably strange video. We're not going to open a lot of cards. I'm in fact kind of announcing something, which is a little different for me. At the same time, it's something I've been talking about literally from the day I started the archives, and it's something people have been wanting me to do for a very long time. And I started working on this project, gosh, like actually working on it, probably back in November. And now we're like just announcing it today. So yeah, it's a long time in the works. But before we get to that, that's kind of what this is up here. Before we get to that, because it is the trading card archives. Like I feel weird doing a video where I don't open anything. So I was looking around and like thinking, what haven't I opened in a long time? And multiverse anime cards. I haven't opened multiverse anime cards in like a year and a half. It's been a very long time. So what these are they're all bootlegs for sure. You'll see the second you look at the cards, you'll be like, oh my god, these are the most bootleg cards ever. At the same time, they're like they're by NetCent. They're like a pretty big production. And this is Fire Legend. So Fire Legend is one of the best examples of this particular genre of product. But the basic idea is the company just just steals all the anime they want, like Naruto, Dragon Ball, One Piece, and then all kinds of like all kinds of weird, obscure anime, just hundreds of different anime characters all mixed together in these cards. And then they just kind of like mix them all up like that. It's honestly kind of wild. And we're gonna open on one up today. You can still buy this. It's old. I bought this over 2 years ago, so this product is like 3 years old at this point. But it's one of those things. It doesn't have any serialized cards, so I think they just printed a lot of it, and there's still some left. It's the company that makes it is actually Little Frog, so it's the same group that makes the Goddess Story cards. Makes these, right? And they're, in a way, they're like Goddess Story for boys, sort of, right? Although you'll see they have actually characters from all kinds on there. But here's a couple SRs. And yeah, like I said, you're going to see a mix of characters on these cards that is far beyond any mix you would find in any kind of a licensed product. Let me put an SSR on this. We'll open up another one here. Yeah, you can probably guess from the title what the bigger announcement is. And again, I don't know. It's not really an announcement. I'm not that kind of a person. I don't do the whole like, you know, drum roll please and stuff like that. It's just not who I am, right? I'm a much more subdued kind of calm person. So yeah, for me, oh, we got a 20. That's pretty exciting. Oh, sorry, what these are these are like, I call them point cards. That's pretty much what they are. You'll get one in every single pack of Little Frog cards, and you can redeem them. This QR code will take you to the WeChat page where you can sort of redeem these. And you can sort of you you like redeem them into your account, and then once you have, oh gosh, I think it's like 200 points or something, you get like a free pack. But it's the sort of thing, Ushio there, that you can only do from inside of China. So you won't be able to. This one's really cool. Sorry, this is a code Geist. This is like really cool. I was looking at that, I'm like, that's awesome. Oh wow, it's Genos from One Punch Man. That's cool. One Punch Man. Yeah, but like I said, it's got, it's all of the animes are here, so you'll go on to see a little bit of everything here. All right, a little bit more. It's good stuff. I mean, it's like there's Doraemon. Like, what are we? Doraemon? Like, yeah, yes, Doraemon. It's got everything. Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, we got PTR here. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a Death Note too. Oh, this is incredible. I'm pretty sure that's Death Note. Is it? Please tell me it is. It has to be, right? If I'm wrong, let me know, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Uh, and yeah, that's. Or is it jujitsu? Oh, I feel so bad. It could be jujitsu. Oh, let me go look it up just so that I'm not talking like a moron over here. I'm gonna pause, be right back. I'm gonna look up who this is. I'll be right back. I know I should know. I like recognize this guy's look. I'm like, I know that face, but I'm having trouble with coming up with the name. I'll be right back. All right, gosh, it is Kira from Death Note. I mean, it says it right here. I don't know why I wasn't looking. Like the word is right there. I don't know. I'm kind of dumb. Anyway, that is that's a cool card. Yeah, that's definitely Kira from Death Note. I'm like, that's definitely Death Note. Like, because the thing is, like, people don't. If you don't know, when I bought this set, the reason that I bought this specific box is because it had Death Note cards in it, and yet over the years, I had never pulled a Death Note from it ever. And I was just like, I'd given up. I'd given up. And finally, we get a Death Note, and it's a PTR. Fantastic. I'm really happy about that. Here we go. Some more. It's an SR. I'm not really talking much about it, but even these SRs have just beautiful refraction work. And it's different on every single one. So every single one of the cards has slightly different texture work on it, which I think is fantastic. Here's a Dragon Ball. What's that? I think Heroes? Oh, I guess I'm not going to guess on that. Oh, of course I'm wrong. It's a racing, some kind of racing thing. I'm so sorry. Okay. Anyway, that was fun. I like these cards. It's been, like I said, it's been a long time since I opened those. I have them on a shelf, like right next to me here. I just never, I never picked them, and so it was cool to see. But let's get now into the main event. The reason we're here today, literally the reason I'm filming this video, is to announce the final launch of the Trading Card Archives eBay store. So that's right, we're going to start sort of formally selling cards, like in a formal way, right? We've always kind of done it. Like people have contacted me. I've either done trades, I've done a ton of trades. I've outright sold cards. Like people have, I remember the first card I ever sold was a relic from Overlord, Kamon's Overlord. I pulled, remember that 4-up relic? And somebody emailed me and they're like, oh my God, I've been buying cases of this product for months and not gotten that card. It was like the only card they needed, right? And they're like, I will pay you anything for that card. And I was just like, whoa, 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 chill. It's okay. Just pay me the cost of the box and I'll send you the card. Right? Because like I am more about helping people to sort of build their own hobbies and to complete their collections than I am about collecting everything, right? That said, there are some things that I am crazy about. SCP, right? I have probably the world's best SCP collection, and if that's wrong, I want to meet you because you're cool, right? If you have a better SCP Foundation collection than I do, I'm shocked. I can't even, I don't even know what that means. I don't even understand what that means, to be honest. Shanoa, maybe you, but nobody else. Maybe, but nobody else, right? He might. I think he actually probably does have slightly better than me. But beyond him, nobody else, right? Star Wars is another one. I have like 3 binders full of Star Wars cards. Now, that said, I will sell some Star Wars cards, but it's always going to be where I have duplicates, right? So I'll sell my duplicates, not my originals from that. Gundam is another one where I have a ton of Gundam cards. I love Gundam. And it's another one where I'm only going to probably sell my duplicates or just cards that don't interest me from that, right? But otherwise, yeah, we're going to open it up. And the way we're going to launch it is we're going to launch it with just 10 cards. And I know that sounds crazy, but remember, I'm all alone over here. And also, I don't know if this is going to work or not. I don't know. Maybe people are going to see this video and just be like, oh, I can't believe the archive is selling cards on eBay. It's such a conflict of interest, blah, 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 blah. And you're probably right. Like, there's a little bit of conflict here. I'm going to do everything I can to mitigate that and to be as, open with y'all as I can. But but I want to acknowledge that that's probably kind of true, right? And if everybody reacts that way, honestly, I was gonna delete the eBay account and it never happened, right? On the other hand, maybe people love it, and maybe people want to buy these cards and get a chance to own some of the cards that I've pulled. I mean, I've pulled cards that are from sets that have sold out years ago, right? And they're never going to be for sale again, and this might be your only chance, right? So I feel like there's value in opening this up, and there's also like some downsides. So that's why I've been very cautious in doing it. I've run the channel for 2 years and not done it, and so yeah, but we're gonna try. And so what I did is I picked 10 cards, and I picked them to try to represent the archives, right? Because I kind of want you to walk in to this store, right? I know it's an eBay site, but I want you to walk in. I want you to look around and go like, hey, this is pretty cool. Look at that. Well, look at that thing. Hey, that's pretty cool, right? I want it to be that kind of a thing. And so I tried to pick 10 cards that represent the breadth of what we have here at the archives to offer. And so I did that. And then they also represent a range of prices. So there's going to be very inexpensive cards and also very expensive cards, right? And so I wanted that range there too. And so the idea is that the shop will be, you know, a place for everybody to hopefully get something, right? And then also, you know, there are some high-end cards there. It's just because, you know, I have some high-end stuff, right? And so that comes with high prices. Although you're going to see that my high prices are like half of what everyone else's, right? Because as you know, I'm very realistic too, and I do a lot of comping on the channel, which just means comparative pricing. And so I understand that, and so I'm not pricing these at like hobby store levels, right? So, for example, the card that's in this box often sells for $500. You know, not often, but like once or twice a year it'll sell for that. But usually it sells for about $200. So I priced mine at $200, right? I could have priced it at $500 and it probably would have eventually sold at that, but I would rather, you know, somebody gets the card who actually wants it, right? And the other thing is, these are all buy it nows, right? So I've set prices on these. You can just buy them. There's no need to auction or anything like that. And the other thing is I have best offers on there, right? So if you want to do a best offer through eBay, you can. You can also just, you know, just email me and be like, hey, I love that card, but I'm only going to pay $10 for it. You okay? And maybe and that might be cool, right? It might not be too, depends. Some of these cards I love, and I probably won't let them go for less, but some I would, right? And so it's fine to give me an offer like that. It's totally fine. The only other thing I want to mention is I've set it to only allow sales in the US for now. And that's, again, I just am doing that to kind of like make it a little bit easier on myself to start, just so I don't have to deal with the international shipping right away. At the same time, like if you are in another country and you really want one of these cards, just let me know, and I will take it off eBay. We'll figure it out, or I'll open up the international shipping on eBay for you. However, you know, we want to do it, we can figure it out. So yeah, well, that's the idea here, is that I'm not trying to break anybody's bank accounts or anything like that. I'm not trying to scam anyone, nothing like that, right? I'm just trying to make some of the higher end cards, or at least some of the cooler cards that I have here that are just sitting in boxes. I want to make those available for other people to get, right? And so that's the concept. And anyway, okay, so let me talk about the 10 cards that I picked, and then I'll show you the eBay store. Right now when I'm filming, it's not live, so I've scheduled the eBay listings and this video to go live at the same time, 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So when you're watching this video, the listings will be live. But when I show them to you in this video, I'm going to kind of show you the scheduled versions of the listings. And that's just because they're not live yet. But anyway, let's go through the cards. Okay, so first up is this amazing Gogeta CP. And this is from the Little Dinosaur LZ01 cards. So this is from Little Dinosaur's retail level cards. And you can tell that because the corners are rounded, right? The hobby level Little Dinosaur cards look the same, but they have square corners, and they're a thicker card. So this is a much thinner card, right? Now it's a CP, fairly high rarity card, and Gogeta, of course, a great character, and you know, beautiful treatments. This card looks fantastic. It's a little hard to see it in the top loader, but it's a beautiful, beautiful card. Yeah, this card, very low end too. Like there's other people selling this exact card for, $10 or something like that. So I priced it at $5. So this is the lowest end card in the store. But if you just want to own an Archives card and that's your dream, here you go. $5 and it's yours. Then we move up the scale a little bit. I'm kind of doing that. These are going to go up in price as we go through them. And again, those are just my starting prices. If you want to pay $3 for this, just put an offer in, and it's probably fine, right? I don't know. I might not do $1. Like that might be too low, but $3, I'm sure that would work, right? So here we got Applejack in the onsen cards. So these onsen cards are level 5 cards from the brand new Lunar New Year set. And so you can only get one of these in every single box, right? There's only one level 5 pack in those boxes, and the level 5 cards are only in those packs. So the only way to get these is from the Lunar New Year sets. Now that said, there's a bunch of them, and of them, from what I saw, Applejack was kind of the least desirable character, which I don't understand. Applejack's such a cool, like, I like Applejack, but I guess I'm in the minority, and so I priced this at $20. Now some of these are going for like $50, but like I said, Applejack's on the lower end, and again, I don't want to be at the high end of the market, so I'm low, so I'm at the very low end. So yeah, I think the lowest one I saw was like 25, and I'm lower than that. So yeah, I'm at 20 on that. Now moving up a little bit more, we have Miles here. So this is Miles Morales on the MR. This is an MW03 MR, so it's one below CR. CR is the top rarity in the Marvel Hero Battle TCG. This is a Kaio Marvel Hero Battle card, officially licensed. When it was printed, Kaio does not have the Marvel license right now, but when they printed this, they did. This was an officially licensed card. It's first edition. It's not a reprint or anything like that. And it's beautiful, beautiful card. Absolutely wonderful, great character. You'll find listings for this card up in the $100 range pretty often, right? The ones that sell, though, sell for a lot less than that. And you got to be careful with that on comps, right? When you look at eBay, you look at the listings, but you also have to look at what sells, right? And so I listed this at the price that they sell at. And so they sell at around $30. So I'm listing this at $30. Now, I know that's crazy because there's two others on eBay right now that are listed for over $100. If you want to buy it and relist it, go for it. But that is the price that I'm looking at for that card. Okay, next up. Again, there are only 10 to go through, but I wanted to spend a little time with each one to kind of show you what you're going to get, right? So this is, of course, Rose and Blanche. In fact, Rose versus Blanche from the Golden Girls. This is actually a aquamarine gemstone refractor. And so the way the Cardsmith sets work is they have the base cards. Like this is actually one of the base card images. But then they have different borders, right? And so this aquamarine blue cracked ice border is numbered to 15. So it's one of the parallel borders. It's one of the lowest parallel numbered borders that are out there. Other parallels in the aquamarine range are listed right now for 180 or more, right? So almost $200 these things are getting listed for these cards, right? And this is Rose and Blanche. So Blanche, a very good card, I think, if you're into the Golden Girls and into that particular set. So yeah, great card here. Serial numbered, it's 8 of 15. Yeah, but again, you got to look at what's sold, right? And so I'm going with 60 on this. So half of what the others are listed, right? The others are listed at 80. I'm at 60 on that. And I also accept offers. So if you want to go lower, you can. Although that one, like I might not, just because there are other ones listed more. So it's tough. But 60 is, I think, a decent price on that. Here's a Gundam card that I'm willing to part with, mostly because it doesn't really fit in with my collection. I prefer the actual Gundams more than cards like this, and I wanted to make it available. This is a max card, so it's one of the top cards from Dual Gundam Set 3, the most recent set. It's got a really nice gold foil on the edge. It is serialized to 111, and this is example 79. It's the max rarity. It's the third one. It's got a cool 3D background too. And then on the front, of course, is an actual coin. So that is an embedded coin. That's not just painted on there. There's actually a piece of like metal coin embedded into this card, sort of like a relic, right? Now, we don't know the metal of that coin, which means you should assume it's not precious, right? And in fact, we know that because if it was precious metal, the card would have come with a precious metal certificate. So the fact there's no certificate on that card tells us that is probably just like nickel or something like that, right? But still, it's a metal coin. It's the Earth Federation Space Force coin, and it's a max rarity card from Gundam. So beautiful example of a card. I put that at $60 as well, and that again just reflects the relic nature, the rarity of the card. I mean, this is a multi-box hit, right? You won't get one of those in every single box. I've opened like 20 boxes and I've only pulled one ever, so they're pretty rare. Moving right along, this is a One Piece card. So again, we're trying to like get a representation of everything the archives has, right? So we've got Dragon Ball, My Little Pony, Gundam, Golden Girls, One Piece, Marvel. It's a great mix, right? This is Uta, and Uta, of course, means song, and this character's name is Uta, and her name means song, and she's singing. It's also a Halloween card. Beautiful background there with these like little embedded flowers. On the eBay listing, I took a really close-up photo of that so you can see just how beautiful that is, because it's kind of hard to see here. But when you get a camera up close, you can see that's inlaid with like really, really intricate little flower petal type things. And then again, just a beautiful Halloween card. It's an SXR rarity. It's from Kabog's Dragon set. So this is from the Year of the Dragon box from last year. And then the coolest thing about this, if you know anything about numerology, especially Asian numerology, you understand how cool of a number that is, right? So this is serialized to 666. Now that number is like very lucky. And then it's also example 88 of 666. So like this card is like 5x lucky. It's like super duper lucky card. If you believe in numerology, right? So anyway, if you don't, it's also a beautiful card. But if you believe in numerology, it's a beautiful card that's also incredibly lucky. Like, I can't even explain what the combination of those two numbers means as far as luck goes. It's like a lot of luck, so much luck. All right, we're going to move right along then. We have another max card here. So if you remember, this is a max, right? This is also a max, and it also has an embedded metal emblem in it. This time it's a TIE fighter, the TIE Silencer, which was Kylo Ren's TIE fighter. This comes from Cartoon House's Star Wars pre-release set, which was a set that was for sale a couple years ago, two or 3 years ago. Not really easy to find anymore. Not impossible. I still have a box here. There's a couple people who have cases yet. This is the secret rarity in the set. So this rarity wasn't listed on the normal flyers. It was listed on the promotional flyer, but not like the normal ones. This is example 6 out of 30. So there's only 30 copies of this card in the whole world. And I have 2 of them. So the reason I'm selling this is I have 2 of these. I think I have like 8 and I have 6 and I have like 20 something. And so, yeah, this is the one I was going to sell. And that is, like I said, an actual metal gold emblem in there of a TIE fighter. So there's another one. I'm sorry, I didn't give you the prices. Uta was $60. Gundam is $60. And then this max here, we're moving up to $80 now on that. And you'll see there are other max listings on eBay right now higher than $80. So like I said, I'm trying to make my store as like non-scammy as possible, if that makes sense. I'm not saying those other sellers are scammers. Like, they're selling it at the price they can get, right? But at the same time, I want to make my cards available to people to complete their collections and things. Okay, so now in every shop, there's going to be a card there that, or there's going to be a thing there that the owner doesn't actually want to sell, right? That's in every store. You'll know when you find it because the owner will be like, oh, I can't really let that go, right? And you'll offer them some money and they'll be like, oh, that's really just there to show, right? I'm not really trying to sell that. That's what this card is. So I will sell it. I'm pricing it at $120 and I'll explain why in a minute. But this is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure sketch card, and it's an actual wet sketch by a artist of a manga from Japan. So the artist who drew this actually works on a basketball manga, not I forgot the name of it. Sorry, it's not Slam Dunk, but it's a different one. But anyway, he drew this on the card with pen, right? And then they inked over this with gold, but he also did this signature in pen, right? They just stamped it in gold. Uh, the weird thing about this card, and the thing that's like preventing me from pricing it at like $200, which is where I think it should be, is it's not serialized. And at everything we know about this card, this came from the Big Blue set, and that set's flyer says that these cards are serialized to 25. I also know other people who have pulled sketches, including this sketch, right? I know another person has pulled this exact sketch because there were 25 copies of this sketch made, and theirs is serialized right here, you know, with X out of 25, right? So I believe that I have a misprinted version of that card that just wasn't serialized. And I believe that because like I've put it right next to one that is serialized. They are exactly the same. It's just that mine, for whatever reason, didn't get stamped. Also have the video where this card was pulled, and it was pulled out of one of the golden boxes, which means like inside the normal box, there's a special gold box that's only there in like, you know, some cases. It's not in every box at all, not even every case. And so we know that this came from one of the very, very special hit packs as well. And I have that all on video. So anyway, that's all my arguments for why this is a $120 card to me. If you don't believe it's real, that's fine. Don't buy it. I don't care. I want to keep it anyway. So yeah, yeah, don't buy that card. You buy the other cards. Don't buy that one. That one's just there to show the cool stuff that I got. You can't buy this one though. So this this is one of the highest priced cards. I actually have two at this price. But this is a Culture Shocks card of Ken. And so this comes from another Cardsmith set. So the Cardsmith makes Golden Girls. They also make Street Fighter. This comes from the first Street Fighter set. The second one is out now, actually, if you wanted to go pick that up. The first one, though, is very out of print and still super highly desired. These Culture Shocks cards here, Culture Shocks, are not serialized. None of them are. At the same time, they're considered to be some of the rarest cards in the set. They're what's called a short print insert. And what that means is that the company that made them, Cardsmiths, only printed a very limited number of these cards, but they didn't serialize it. And so we don't know exactly how many, but we know it's very low. And it's lower, in fact, than some of the numbered cards. It's lower than like the to fives. Like there's more fives in the population than there are Culture Shocks that we've seen. And then there's different characters, right? And so within that rarity system of having sort of a secret rare short print like this, Ken is this like one of the main two characters, right? It's Ken and Ryu, so and Chun-Li maybe, right? And so those are the three main characters. So it's Ken, and so this card has sold for $200-300 pretty regularly, right? Like monthly. And there's some listed now for 280, 300. Like they get very expensive. I'm putting mine at 200, so that's why I'm starting this. It's $200, and again, I'm accepting offers, right? So you can, if you don't think 200 is the right price, probably let me know why, because that is already a lot lower than the others. But if you don't think so, go ahead and give me an offer, and I'm more than happy to entertain it. On that card, probably not on this one, but on this one, I would entertain offers. And then finally, this thing, which some people have probably seen before, because I actually did show this in video when I got it. I have 4 of these. So this is just one. I have 4 different ones. This comes from a very special product called Pieces of the Past. It's made by a company named Super Break Sports. You can go to their website and kind of see what the product's about if you want. They made this one in 2023. And it's sold primarily to breakers. So this is not a product that is sold in stores, right? It's sold to breakers and it's sold to hobby shops, but really like only to hobby shops that do breaking. Because the intention of this product is to open it live on the air, reveal what's in it, and then either auction that immediately or auction the chance to open it, right? And it's supposed to be like this interactive event. And so I participated in that and got, I did 4 of them, like I said, and this is one of the ones that I got. Anyway, so it's a very, like I said, very fancy thing, right? And so it opens up like that, and then it opens up like this. And if you buy this, you get this full box. So the shipping on this particular one is more than the shipping on the cards. And that's just because you would get the whole box as well, right? And then in here is a jeweler's case, right? So inside this box is a jeweler's box, right? And then inside the jeweler's box, which lights up, right? Those are actual working lights in there. Is a Antony Patek watch dial relic. So Antony Patek is a designer. He designed clothing, mostly like scarves and things, but then also designed some watches. Not many. He's not like Rolex or anything. But Patek watches are highly desirable things. And this is the face from an actual Patek watch. So that's the face, like the actual face is embedded in that card, right? And this is part of the Elegant Emblems line from the Keepsake Edition Treasures, which is the higher end one, right? And like I was saying before, there are people who have sold this particular card because there's a couple of different examples of that card. I think there's like 6 different ones. They've sold their versions for $500 or $550. At the same time, there's people who have sold this for only $80, right? And so I am very unsure how to price this because, like I said, the prices do range a lot and all the sales look legit to me. And so I put it at the high end. I put this at $200, but I did accept offers. So if I'm really wrong, which I probably am on that, just put your offer in at whatever you think it's worth. And we can have that discussion, right? Because you probably know more about that than I do. I don't know a whole lot about this, to be honest. I just know what I know from the comping, and then I did it that way. Okay, so there's our video sort of announcing the eBay store. These are the cards we're going to open with. And, we're going to watch it from here. We're going to see what happens. If this card sells immediately because it's the lowest end card, I'll pick another $5 card and put it in there too, right? And we'll try to just keep the store stocked with different things. And, if you have a particular card that you've seen me pull in a video or something that you would like to see listed, let me know, and I can definitely list it. Before I go, I forgot, I wanted to show you the actual store as well. So I'll do that too. So this is the eBay page, right? And so these are all scheduled to go live tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then, like I said, they're all set up to be buy it nows with best offers. They're all kind of set up in the same way. I took as many pictures as I could, and I tried to take close-ups when needed. So you'll see here there's like a very good close-up of that inlay, so you can kind of see how that looks there. And I tried to do all the photos, the exact same way, basically. And then I'll just show you, this is the actual eBay page here. Just in case you didn't believe me, I started this back like March of 2023 is when I set this up. I was like, I'm going to do eBay sales. It's 2025 now, and I haven't started. That's kind of how my life goes. But yeah, I've done a lot of buying on this. So this is the account that I buy all the cards on eBay with. So I've done a lot of buying on here, but I've never sold before. So I don't have any seller feedback or anything. At the same time, I mean, I'm a YouTuber. Like, I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. If there is any troubles or any kind of problems or anything like that, I mean, you can always complain right on the YouTube channel, right? So it's very different in that way, right? So I have an interest here in maintaining a reputation, right? And so I'm going to do my best to service the people who buy from me as best I can, right? And so I'll pack the cards really well. Already I take extremely good care of my cards. Everything's really clean, and everything will be packed and shipped really well. All right, that's it. Sorry, I don't want to belabor this too much. But yeah, this is kind of a big deal for me, right? Because it could, if this works, it could sort of fund the archives, right? It could start to pay for the archives in a way that allows me to do way more videos, right? And so, I'm pretty excited about that idea, if nothing else, right? And then also, getting these cards into the hands of real collectors who are trying to complete the sets, right? That's also very cool to me because I know how painful it is to be missing like one card from a collection because I'm missing one card from my SCP collection. I wish I had it. Anyway, I will let you go here. I think we've talked enough for today. But yeah, enjoy this. Let me know your feedback too. Like, I guess I didn't ask for that, but leave comments. Let me know. I'm really interested. And like I said before, if everybody just hates this idea, I'm just gonna delete that eBay account and we're just gonna pretend this never happened, and that'll be that, right? It's that easy, right? But I hope people don't hate it. But at the same time, I am very flexible and I am willing to work here. So let's see where it goes. Let's see where it goes. Okay, have a great rest of your week, everybody. Bye bye.